Hey, Mary, back with another video, and what you're looking at is a Kleenex box. I just decided to make a video before I go for a walk. It looks like a pretty decent day. At least the sun's up, so I'm going to go out for a walk for a little bit. But I was going to talk about abuse and how it spreads, and how I'd like to do a video series on workplace mobbing and how it occurs and the different stages on it. So basically, I've always believed that this sort of psychotic rage is very common in most people. And a lot of it has to do with just the fact that people have an uncontrollable urge just to blast off. And people are basically looking for any reason to blast off on a person. I think it has something to do with just people needing to use people as a scapegoat or something. So originally it started off with my sister on Facebook, okay? My sister has always had some sort of weird competition in her mind that relates to me. I don't know where it starts from. I know that she's a little bit older than me, but she's always been that way. But I never really thought much about it, but now it's like I can't get this crap out of my mind because look how it's gotten, how bad and out of control it's become. So she basically was the reason for the workplace mobbings, and then also the conspiracy on Facebook, okay, and then somehow or another these other people got involved. I don't know sure how Dee's mom got involved. Maybe she's a member of Facebook or something too. I don't know how that works, really. I don't know how all that interconnected stuff got together, but it's amazing how people will want to jump in and harass somebody just because somebody directs the attention to them, especially when most of these people are guilty of things that they're accusing me of, and probably even worse, okay? So you wonder how this happens. And like I said, I would like to prepare a video series on all of this because it's actually quite interesting. And the reason why I feel like it needs to be a video series is because I think people need to understand that there needs to be a social platform on behavioral standards for people in the workplace as well as just in society in general, because it goes beyond manners, it goes beyond, being polite. It's just this, it seems as though most people are just out to literally destroy somebody's life, and they want to play or be a part of some sort of kangaroo court system where, like, for example, I'm being punished for something that's out of the court system, and they're kind of making it up as they go along. Like they deem me as somebody who's not worthy of having a job, or somebody who's not worthy of finding their own job, because they feel like I did something wrong when I did nothing wrong, okay? So this sort of stuff is illegal, and then also you get people who want to impose their beliefs on you, even though this is the United States of America. That's mind-blowing, okay? It's very mind-blowing stuff to me. So yeah, I mean, basically what this is psychotic rage, okay? Psychotic rage from my sister, who is a narcissist and competitive, and she's the kind of person who will stop at nothing to win this little competition that exists in her mind, okay? I have never thought of my sister as a competitor. I'm just actually quite shocked. And then how this evolved is just absolutely crazy. But for a lot of the targeted individuals out there, like I said, you need to look at your families, okay? A lot of this is becoming, when you start really thinking about it, and a lot of people, targeted individuals, have said multiple times, hey, I remember, being treated, strangely, or having to deal with social issues since I was a kid, and it probably has a lot to do with, family scapegoating, and it's a very eye-opening experience when you're a targeted individual. But basically, I just I'm tired and I'm exhausted. So I did do a little bit more job searching. I'm taking it slow. I decided to just kind of slowly but surely contact at least a few people each week, because I need to get used to talking to people on the phone again and just getting comfortable with my old routine of job searching. Now, whether something comes out of these jobs or not, I don't know, okay? But I need to get out and stop being paralyzed, okay? It does paralyze you. The fear is extremely, I can't tell you what the fear does to you. Because it's not so much that, you know, hey, sticks and stones, right? But when people are playing a game with your life, it becomes quite terrifying. So, and the very fact that they just did this when you were basically telling them, hey, stop this, and for such a long period of time, I mean, you're dealing with psychotic rage, okay? And psychotic rage is a good example of it. Unjustified too, okay? Like one of the managers at a agency who's supposed to be an equal opportunity employer, she was a part of the surveillance crew, and I had mentioned that I believe that the farmer deserved to have his farm blown up because of his incompetent behavior and not upholding the confidentiality contract. Now, this is something I said to in my home, okay, in the privacy of my own home, okay. So when I was in a conversation with her, she spouted out that I threatened her, and she used the same sentence that I used when I was describing the farmer, like that happened a few days ago. Now, what she was doing, now, obviously, she knows that she's in the wrong. She knows she had no right to do that, to behave in such a way, but what she's displaying is psychotic rage, okay? She knows she's in the wrong. She knows I've done nothing wrong. At least if she even thought that, or even accused me of doing something wrong at the time, I had no confirmation of it, okay? It's still psychotic rage because you do not treat somebody that way. You just don't. And just like the certified public accountant and his little girl at the CPA office here in town, okay, when I let them know, sent them emails saying, hey, you know what, I'm experiencing gang stalking, I'm experiencing all this stuff, okay, now obviously he must be a part of this, okay, and instead of expressing concern, they want to inflict more abuse by responding to you with threats of a lawsuit, okay, so let me tell you, when you are a targeted individual, everything is abuse. Their response to you is abusive. Their behavior towards you is abusive. Regardless of what they really feel or what they're really thinking, everything that they do is a form of some sort of psychotic rage. It is absolutely crazy, okay? Now, I've never done anything to this man or this woman, okay? And the same thing for the lady over at Passive Aggressive Stupidity. Now, I was letting her know that I was experiencing gang stalking activity. Now, mind you, all these people I don't know very well, okay? The first lady who works at the equal opportunity employer place, I know the lady who works at the local office here, okay? And I've met her and talked to her before. But she works in the main office. I've never come face-to-face with her. I would never be able to tell you what she looks like. I would never be able to identify her at all, okay? I don't know anything about her other than talking to her on the phone a few times, okay? But yet she has some sort of rage against me. Okay, and then now we also have the CPA and the lady. Now the lady, I've met with her several times. Okay, the male CPA guy, I mean, I've met with him a few times, but still, you would think that just a little bit of time that I've known them, you would think that they, and this goes along with the lady at Passive Aggressive Stupidity. I've only met with her twice, I believe. Okay, but still, they know who I am. Okay. And so you would think that if you're telling somebody that they're being blacklisted, they're being harassed, you're experiencing all these problems, it seems as if they were really concerned about it, that they would show some sort of concern. They would say, oh, well, did you do this? Or they would respond in a way where they would show some sort of concern, okay? But instead, what they do is they enforce and inflict more abuse onto you as if you are deserving of it, okay? I've done nothing, okay? And regardless of, let's just say, for example, I don't know exactly what the gossip was on Facebook. I'm assuming it was some bullshit about Steve Lyles back in 2008 and some crazy thought that I would actually participate in some sort of incestuous orgy with Piggy and his mom, which that would never happen. Okay, but let's just say, for example, that's all speculative, okay? That never happened, but based on what these people are talking about on Facebook, it's all speculative, okay? So just even though it's a rumor and it's all speculative, they are willing to hate you, hurt you, and absolutely destroy you over this. That's psychotic rage, okay? It's a form of it. Absolutely crazy. So, and then it starts to spread throughout, everywhere. Just like, you know, that's when I went over to Greg Barton's place over in Palm Springs and spoke with Linda Finkelstein. And I don't mind throwing their names out there for some reason, okay? I don't care about that because I think I've mentioned their names outright before, okay? So anybody I've mentioned their name already before, I'm going to go ahead and throw it out. If I haven't mentioned your name before, I'm going to just try to give you a little bit of confidentiality because I'm just trying to get on with this. But I'm saying is, all right, these people are willing to treat me in a way that they are willing to abuse an innocent person, okay? They're willing to let somebody go all the way to, out of their way for a 6-hour drive, okay, to abuse you, even though you've done nothing wrong, just because they're filled with psychotic rage. So psychotic rage is something that can easily spread throughout a workplace. It can spread through in a community, and it obviously spreads throughout the country and through probably the entire world, okay? And guess what? I've done nothing wrong, okay? So this is a problem. Abuse is very common, okay? Like, my family's abusive. My siblings are extremely abusive because they're sitting here, you know, creating all this stuff on Facebook, and not once did they ever give me a heads up or express any concern, okay? Christmas went by, came and gone. Nobody said anything. They just let this happen. So they basically left me for dead. They created all this mess and left me for dead. Now, the only thing that they could say was, well, Maria had a child out of wedlock about 20-something years ago. I had my son Houston. I wasn't married to his father. And, you know, I felt as though I made up for that. You know, I felt as though I paid my dues. I never asked anybody for any help. I raised him on my own. I didn't have any, you know, child support. I did everything I possibly could. So that's another reason why the whole Collins involvement, I feel as though, is inappropriate, because they, you know, they had no right, okay, especially when I was raising my son by myself. Now, I never asked him for support. I never asked Terry or Jennifer or I forgot what her husband's name is, or at least her old husband. I don't remember his name, but anyway, I've never asked them for anything, okay, and I never felt as though they should be asked for anything because they did not get me in that situation. But when it came to Houston's father, I felt as though he should, but if he didn't, I wasn't even going to bother anymore. I've just moved on and took care of the responsibility myself. Never asked him for anything. So for him to be a part of this, or any of his family members, this is more psychotic rage, okay? Stay out of my shit, okay? All because of just people wanting to attack somebody and hurt somebody over some initial gossip that got started. So you know, social responsibility is important, okay? Like, you got to watch what you say in the office. Managers need to watch what they say in front of employees. They need to behave in a certain way, because, like I said, monkey see, monkey do. What you say, what you do, you know, people who are underneath and beneath you, they're going to follow. They're going to mimic your actions. They're going to do whatever. So in mobbing situations, such as Karen Johnson over at Organized Sports, I mean, this goes back years. I mean, goodness, look how long this has been going on. Okay, she was a ringleader. Steve Murray was a ringleader. Okay, their behavior, they should be held accountable for their behavior, just like any manager. Okay, any manager that behaves inappropriately, who, you know, says something that it could be derogatory, whether that be sexual, religious, intolerant, or racially intolerant, anything that goes on, that's based on those discriminatory guidelines, okay, and they're doing it and they're promoting it, they should be held responsible. Anytime they invoke harassment or encourage employees to behave in a certain way, they are 100% responsible, and there is no excuse for it. So anyway, I'm going to wrap up this video. I'm going to get ready to go for a walk, and I will be back with another one if I feel good enough to do it. But I will start slow on this job search. I need to get back in the habit of, you know, communicating and then talking and then, you know, sending out emails and then following up and stuff. So it's going to be a process. I mean, it's not something, I wish I could just blink overnight and get a job and pack my car and get the fuck out of here. I mean, that would be so great, right? But, you know, realistically, I have to be realistic. It is a time-consuming issue. But in the meantime, I will be making videos because I'm kind of bored right now. Wrapping this video up. Have a wonderful day.